What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the HallBall Podcast. This is episode 5. Back with the boys, Mateo, Big Ty. What's going on, boys? How are we feeling?
Pretty good. Hanging out?
I'm back. I'm back from Boston, back in the bunk bedroom. Don't know, you know how people have, nice backdrops and stuff? I'm going to get my jersey and stuff up there, but I don't know what to do about this bunk bed. This just might be my thing. Bunk bed boy.
I'm thinking about hanging my church league jersey right here. I think and then I'm gonna frame it and everything, and I'm gonna sign it.
Hanging in the rafters, his number's retired. Oh, that's awesome. Were you actually in a church league jersey? What was your number?
Yeah, 6.
6. LBJ.
I might have it here, but yeah. It doesn't have my name on it though.
I was number 14. I don't. Who's big in the NBA and wearing number 14? I don't really know, but that's just my number.
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. There's probably someone I'm forgetting, but Big Ty, your backdrop always changes. The iPhone or the vertical view.
One day we'll get a real setup here, boys. I'll get some books in them. Maybe basketball or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Something fancy. I like the water cooler. Matt has the best one out of all of us right now.
Oh, yeah. This is my office, so, gotta treat it like an office.
Gotta treat it, for sure.
I mean,
all right, boys.
Of our offices as well, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is literally my office.
Yeah.
this is literally where I work. Well, boys, we're still in the dead spot of the NBA offseason. Honestly, kind of still a lot of made up headlines. We're gonna skip over a few. We will talk about some. The biggest news is that the summer league is over. Cleveland Cavaliers, the 2023 champs of the summer league. Did any of you guys watch anything from the summer league since we last spoke?
I watched the highlights of the finals.
I'll count that. Was that Isaiah Mobley had a great game in the final?
Yeah, Mobley. I think Amani Bates is pretty good too.
Amani Bates, that is someone to discuss. I don't know. Here, I'll give you a little background on Amani Bates. Oh wait, before I go, Matt.
Wasn't that? Yeah, sorry.
I actually just watched the highlights, the overall season highlights, not a singular game, just one.
Biggest takeaways. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I know you both had points you want to say. I'll let you guys go first. So who wants to go first? What did you see from the summer league? Any big takeaways?
You go ahead and start since you saw the whole season.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'll tell you what I didn't see. Victor Wembanyama. I didn't see any highlights there. But, I did see some showings. I saw some good dunks. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was looking at a little bit of Jalen. What's it? Jalen Hood something. The Lakers drafted him.
Oh.
Lakers.
Yeah. That's where we're going.
He's actually kind of nice. I ain't gonna lie. He did a few nice plays. So
I'd hate on that, but he did have a good summer league. Anyone else?
No, that was basically.
You only got the Lakers.
Okay.
He only got the Lakers guy.
I did see that guy that you were talking to me about on the Jazz.
Oh, George.
Yeah, that boy is
George.
Nice.
So
that man is nice.
I think that his production might translate the most out of the summer league. I think there's a lot of like Keegan Murray had a really good summer league, but he goes back to the team with Fox and Sabonis, he won't have that production. While his Keontae George in the I hope I'm saying his name right, on the Jazz really has the most workload that he could just inherit. It's pretty big. I think it's Sexton and Clarkson in the backcourt. He definitely sneak in there. Not Colin to a 6-man, which Colin Sexton is a 6-man is so good. Keontae George is good. Before I go, let's let Big Ty. What'd you pick up from the summer league, Ty?
Again, didn't watch much of it because who really cares?
Okay.
But the Cavs final was pretty decent. The Cavs were pretty dominant. Again, I don't think any of the none of the Rockets star young players played in the finals. I don't think though.
Mm-hmm. So they shut Jabari down.
Jabari didn't play.
What'd you say?
Jabari didn't play.
Nah, he didn't play.
Dang.
Yeah, so they were pretty low, so it wasn't really shocking they lost again. I don't think they cared that much.
Mhm.
But Evan Mobley, I mean, bucket 28, 11, 3. That you can't argue with that. Monty Bates, we already talked a little bit about, but 19, 5, and 4. And then their guard Merrill, I don't know his first name, but 27.
Oh.
He had a pretty good game. So we'll see. It's definitely good production for that young core, but got to transfer over to the regular season. They're not the champs for real, obviously.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. You kept saying Evan. That's not Evan.
What is it?
That's his brother Isaiah Mobley. There's
Wow.
another one. It's
Why
not
is it-
Evan. Isaiah
Evan's
had
young enough, isn't he?
28 and 11. Yeah, he is. But Isaiah was the one who won the MVP.
Oh wow.
Isn't that
Well, he's still
funny?
above-
Yeah, no,
What?
that was what was kind of surprising, was that Isaiah was like not even touted in the Cleveland like plans. But he might
That's good journalism right there. Thank you.
it's not really journalism. But like, I don't know, you guys probably weren't watching Summer League back then, but Kyle Kuzma got his break from Summer League. Like, everyone was watching the Lakers Summer League from Lonzo, because Lonzo was the number 2 pick. But Kuzma was the one like all over the place. Alex Caruso also had a big showing in that Summer League for them too. So like, this is why you kind of watch this stuff. It's kind of like you might see a little something. Like, Isaiah Mobley might be something.
I mean, 28 points is still nothing. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
something for sure. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I
I
was
know,
like,
right? You're
I
like
kinda
Evan
fit-
Mobley.
Yeah, that's easy. That should be that way. But yeah, wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And the one I always want to talk about too is Amani Bates, former
Yeah.
number 1 high school prospect. To give you some, I might be butchering the story too. He was a high school prospect that his dad took him out of the high school program and like made his own like school and like league to put Amani Bates in. And he didn't like do that
Is that
well in his 1 year in college and stuff like that. He had injuries. So he kind of
Dang.
fell off. He's second round pick in the NBA draft. He kind of fell off from being the number one prospect. So
Sounds
he would.
like Julian Newman.
Well, that guy's way worse than that. Julian
wait?
Newman's
So
also like 5'6".
Yeah.
this is not the guy whose mom was dating Drake, right?
No, that's Bailey, whatever his
Yeah, I
name
think it's
is.
Amari Bailey.
Amari Bailey was.
Was he in this draft?
Yeah, he got drafted.
I think he did.
He
Damn.
did get drafted.
I love that.
We should
That's
put it
like the
up
thing.
6 months.
We should check on him. That's
Uh,
funny though. I
we'll
love
follow
that's the
that
thing
way.
that makes us remember. But yeah, that's kind of the most about Summer League. The final did happen. The Cleveland Cavaliers won. It doesn't really matter as much. As a Nets fan, I've watched Cam Thomas lead the Summer League in scoring. We've also won a Summer League title and did fuck all with him and
Well,
the season.
got one important note here, though. This is the first championship since LeBron left for the Cavaliers, so I think we should give a round of applause.
Yeah.
I mean, like Cleveland when he first left was a fucking dumpster fire, getting number 1 overall pick back to back with Anthony Bennett and Kyrie. But after LeBron left the second time, they were able to get some stuff for him. So Cleveland wasn't as in bad of a position when he left. And I think this team now, with another year of chemistry playing together, they're young, they're solid. If they get that bench depth like figured out too, shit is incredible. If Amani Bates and Isaiah Mobley make any impact on this team, it could be dangerous. It's a sneaky team in the East.
Yeah,
But Summer League, yeah, you just kind of look at all these guys. Chet had a good Summer League. Everyone was curious. I kind of hate his new goatee. I don't think it makes him look tough. But
about that.
yeah,
Also,
I mean,
people said that he put on like 10, 15 pounds or something. I didn't see it at all.
no, he still looks skinny as shit.
Like I didn't see it at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably one of those situations where 15 pounds looks nothing on someone who is literally like anorexic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it makes him look a little more normal, but he doesn't look big in it at all. But Summer League was over. It was fun to watch. But let's look
Oh,
over some of this NBA news though. Let's ignore the topics that we've been going over. Let's not ignore them. We'll go over
well,
them a little more. But let's have Tyler talk about Ben Simmons here.
oh.
What happened with Ben Simmons, Ty?
So Ben Simmons, word on the street, he's getting credited for his 1 year multiple years in Philly, but the 1 year he sat out for all issues. So good for him. That man got his bag. It worked out well for everyone except
Except for Philly, fuck him.
paid this bum. But what do you think? He's your player, bro.
I mean, like you said, it really doesn't impact us at all. It kind of just means that he's getting more money from Philly. I was seeing that it has some implications with maybe this new Harden deal, but like again, like you were the one that had to inform me about all of this. I still have no idea. I'll read about it a little more, but yeah, definitely a kick in the dick for
I
Philly.
expect anything real because that wouldn't make any sense. I mean, why would they? It already hit their cap back then, so why would it affect it now?
I don't know what does it do? Credited with the air. What does it do?
How much was he being paid?
That
The
was
max.
new, so it was like 45 or some shit.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I
And he's getting all of that?
ton of time on this. Who really knows what's going on? But good for him, I guess.
Daryl Morey said Harden trade is happening, but it has to keep the 76ers in the title mix. Matt, what's your opinion on this?
Yeah, they were saying the talking heads were saying that potentially they could trade Embiid and get a better return since Harden only wants to go to the Clippers and they don't really have things that they can trade. So they were saying that they could get more assets from Miami and just pair Butler and Embiid up and just forget about Dame entirely. So honestly, it seems like there's a lot of moving parts here. I don't
Butler
know.
and Embiid? So I mean Bam is on the way?
Yeah, they were thinking about shipping Bam. But this is also just a rumor. This isn't confirmed or in the works or anything. So I mean, to be
Your
honest, we'll kind
sources
of see
didn't
what
have
comes
this
out
one,
of it.
bud?
What?
Your
Why would they
sources didn't have this one?
That's what my sources are saying. Something could be lurking in the water. Who knows?
There is an interesting quote that Embiid had like the other day where he was like, "I just want to win a title, whether it's in Philly or not." Uh, I did laugh. Matt put this in the group chat saying that Embiid might be traded from all this, and I was just like, "How is Harden requesting a trade have to involve Embiid at all?" I thought that would like honestly kind of ensure his spot on the team. But then I look at it, and Embiid is kind of just like, "Hey, we need to win now. If we're trading Harden, y'all need to find somebody to get with me here." So I'm not calling it the most lucrative thing in the world anymore because Embiid did have that quote of saying like he's like okay with leaving, and that's kind of insane to say. But yeah, imagine trust the process, huh?
That would be wild. I ain't gonna lie.
This shit is crumbling, but
there's zero chance Daryl Morey's going to trade.
Embiid.
He would have to like really sit out and like pull some Ben Simmons crap. I mean, he didn't even trade Ben Simmons.
If he requests it, though, I mean, like,
wasn't Morey hired after Ben Simmons was traded?
No,
that might be true.
I think he was hired a year before Harden got there. So
yeah, so no, he would have had.
You're right. I might be right. Yeah, I think you're right.
What'd you say before that?
Oh, I was talking about Embiid. We were talking about Embiid and stuff, and I honestly forgot already too.
Oh, you said it's a trade request. I'm like, yeah, the key word is request.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. That's kind of why Dame's not getting traded like right away.
I mean, some of these players get fed up. Like, I mean, Dame's just been wasting years there. I mean, we knew he was eventually gonna leave.
I think
At
Harden
least
is for
one
sure
way.
leaving too. My
Yeah, I
reason
think
for
he's
that is
leaving
because
too.
he opted out of his contract at first, and then out of nowhere he opted in to like give the 76ers something to trade him for, rather than
Yeah, because
losing him for
they
nothing.
sent
Yep,
assets.
sure. But
So it's a weird situation, and like if we're talking about Harden, then we could talk about Dame too. I keep hearing only Miami, but then they like hate everything Miami has to offer. They don't need Hero, and they're like, well, we're not giving you Bam. It's like then we're not doing this deal
Yeah, I don't know who else they have.
because what's the point of having Anthony, Scoot, and Hero?
yeah, why don't they trade Bam though for Dame? What's it would be kind of a weird fit. They would have to figure some things
They would
out.
have nothing down there.
Well, you could probably replace the center easier than you can replace Dame or a Dame level point guard.
I kind of agree, but then like going into the season, I feel like they kind of had more trust in like their young core of Bam and Hero, but then Hero just like missed like so much fucking time, and I don't know if they're like willing to like. I
Bro,
think they're more willing to get rid of Hero and keep Bam now.
like that guy can't come into the room anymore and be like, you guys love me. Like he's in every trade rumor like every second of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So they have some real issues,
Well, to be honest, as a Lakers fan, the center market is slim to none. I mean, we just signed Jackson Hayes. I mean, like,
And that's one of the better ones. Like that's
yeah,
honestly not that bad of a pickup.
I mean, and we signed him for like literally like 5 million, maybe for a year. Like,
Minimum for sure.
yeah. So I mean, like, it's the center market is slim right now, and Bam is super versatile.
No, I mean Bam
Very
good, but that's the only way the trade happens, I think. But
agreed. I just don't think Miami can actually be in these requests like everyone is saying. I don't think they have like all these like the Clippers, Miami, none of these people have anything to offer. Like that's why I
Yeah.
think players requesting destinations is like not really
Well,
that feasible.
have a no trade clause, so he really doesn't have, other than the fact of they don't want to fuck over their one sports hero of the area.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's
weird.
Also, I wouldn't even trade for Harden, to be honest. The man's been on what 4 teams in 3 years.
Something like that.
I mean, like that man has no loyalty. He's kind of like Boogie right now, low key. He's just chasing a chip.
Who?
Wow, Boogie Cousins, DeMarcus Cousins.
Bro,
That's a
remember when he
crazy
was,
comparison.
Yeah,
I'm just saying though, though, like he's literally like, oh, he wanted to go to the Nets. Nets were like the favorite to win the championship. Then he got traded, and then he was like, nah, like y'all don't have the same work ethic. Then he forced his way to Philly. Now he's forcing his way to the Clippers. I mean, like, what is this man doing?
Did I tell y'all that I was at Harden's last game as a net? He played the Kings and scored 4 points, the lowest of his career since his rookie year.
How many assists did he have though?
Great question. I could look that up. I'll look it up later. But I mean,
I'm not
he
defending
played
him.
like it was a night of a back-to-back, and it was like kind of fat Harden. He was playing like shit. He was not moving at all.
Oh God!
I saw Kyrie and Harden lose to a De'Aaron Foxless Kings. It was horrendous.
Kings are dirty, bro.
Well, they weren't that
Sabonis? That was
pre-Sabonis.
Pre-Sabonis. Ew, so they had nobody.
No, it was like Davion Mitchell and Harrison Barnes.
Well, they probably had Alex Len, the God, starting, right?
Yeah, Tristan Thompson somewhere in there.
Hey, our misogynist king.
Tristan Thompson.
Yeah.
Shout out. I fuck with anyone who fucks with the Kardashians. Anyways.
I didn't say that.
Well, I guess we're keeping it in. Sorry, you broke up. Say that one more time.
Yeah, let's cut that out. No one will ever know.
Hornets Bridges apologizes for pain he caused. We're not talking about that any further. Everyone, no one say a fucking word.
All right.
That's enough for pain he caused was the quote.
Keep it on the court. Keep it on the court.
Yes. Yeah. It's fucking insane.
We move.
Fucking insane. Like that's really everything though.
No. The Nets Cavs game in Paris. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but yeah. The NBA going international is pretty sick.
I mean, it's better than like Mexico City. Paris is cool.
Mm-hmm. It's even better than like England. I think going to Paris is insane. I love that. And it's the Nets.
Guys, they have the Summer League champions there. So
who is it? Who's playing there?
Only the elite of the East, the Nets and the Cavs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they definitely chose two teams that they could force to do.
Yeah, I am sorry, Paris. You have to witness.
They probably
Excuse me.
Ron picks up. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to Paris, bro." And then they are.
Bro, LeBron loves wine. Why would he not go to Paris?
Right.
But bro, like, I'm catching net strays right now. What the fuck? That's sick, guys. The team is going to be better than you think.
Okay, well, as a representative of the NBA, I'm sorry.
Wait, what?
How are you a representative? All right, we're moving on.
We move.
Yes, there's nothing better. So, say that again.
Sources are telling me that Matt is not.
Your sources might be a little sussy.
Your sources are sussy.
Whoa! I got guys text me right now that Embiid trade is going down.
All right, well, that's all we have for like current NBA news, and now it's time to make our own, boys. Now, if you guys remember last week's episode, if you've not, please go rewatch it. We were planning a debate, and the question, I saved it until right now, but I did tell these boys about it prior. They don't know each other's answers yet, but I asked, who is the team most likely out of the top 8, not the play-in teams, the teams that made the legit bracket, the playoffs, who's most likely to fall out? Now, I don't know how to share my screen and shit still, so you guys have to...
all the teams?
Yeah, I'll just read them off.
And we were counting play-in, or no, we were just doing straight playoff, right?
Just straight playoff.
1 through 8, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we can do you want to we can start with West.
Sick. Okay, so the top 8 in the West last year were the champions, the Denver Nuggets, 2, the Memphis Grizzlies, 3, the Sacramento Kings, 4, the Phoenix Suns, 5, LA Clippers, 6, Golden State Warriors, 7, Los Angeles Lakers, and 8, Minnesota Timberwolves. Those were the 8 teams. I'm going to let you both have an opening statement, and then we'll see if you guys agree. Matt, I say you go first.
All right. The team that I have dropping out of the top 8 is the Grizzlies.
The 2 seed.
Yeah. Ja is going to miss 25 games. We got no Tyus Jones, who was kind of filling that point guard gap.
Mm-hmm.
He had multiple double doubles. They went 5-3, which is okay while he was gone during that 8-game suspension.
8-game leave for posing with a gun.
The leave.
Yeah.
The leave.
Yeah, that's so funny.
And they didn't really even make any solid moves this offseason too. I mean, yeah, they didn't really upgrade or anything. I mean, and they got they went 4-2 in the first round with Ja against the 7 seed Lakers.
That is crazy. That is a surprising result, but I'll let Ty continue before I say anything.
I mean, they made some great offseason moves. What do you mean? First, they got rid of that bum Dylan Brooks. That's like a number 1 reason right there.
Addition with subtraction.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great move. They also got Marcus Smart, who replaced Tyus Jones and will take a majority of those minutes while Ja is off bettering himself or whatever. Enough of that. So yeah, Marcus Smart is used to playing like 35 minutes, and I'm sure he'll love that. So I think they'll be fine on the numbers. I'm sure it's gonna be better when Jaw's back. Jaw will probably get his act together. I'm sure this can't happen a third time. That would be kind of crazy, right?
Third time's the charm.
That's so funny. You made some good points there, Tyler.
And D Rose, so he could play like 10 minutes.
Another vet.
They I don't like the way this is a little off topic, little tangent, but I don't like the way they treated him at the Knicks. They treated him like it was a goodbye tour. But anyways,
D Rose, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, also Marcus Smart, he literally averages the same number as Tyus Jones, though. Like he averages 11 points and 6 assists, and he doesn't shoot that well from three. Like he only shoots 33% from three.
Yeah, but his defense is definitely there, and he's gonna be fresh off a trade, so he's gonna be motivated.
Debatedly, he's kind of like a Dylan Brooks. Wait. Let me explain. Hold on. Dylan Brooks, actually, me and Des were talking about this. He's okay on defense. And, I mean, Marcus Smart is okay on defense.
He was all-NBA second team. That means he's good at defense.
What?
Say that, Ty.
Now they have the defensive champ.
DPOY.
I mean, I don't know. I don't see them. I see them falling out for sure.
I mean, they still have Jaren Jackson. He's pretty a good bucket if he's not hurt. He could be hurt. He has spent a lot of time hurt before. But they also got Luke Kennard from the Clippers, who's not terrible. Pretty good backup role, maybe starter some nights.
Starting is crazy.
Yeah. That's kind of all I got, though. I mean,
before I'll let you say who you think's going to fall out, and then I'll have my opinion on your guys too. So, Tyler, who do you think's falling out of the West?
I think the Lakers are going to be out, man.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay.
So
let's
oh
get
boy,
I'm ready. Let's get it. Get your monologue out. Let's see it.
All right. My whole thing is, Davis and LeBron are probably going to get hurt. So,
okay.
Banking on injuries.
That's
bold
the whole
strategy,
team right.
Cotton.
Now, my caveat is they might make a play in, right? But that's not really what the question was for this. But yeah, I think they're going to be, they were hurt a lot last year. LeBron hasn't missed he's missed at least 25 games the last couple of seasons, if not more. He's missed 40 games one season. So that's the whole thesis of this statement here. You could also say, Rui Hachimura, as a Wizards fan, newly Wizards fan, he wasn't that good with us. He could come back to earth, So, D'Lo, not a great signing. A lot of people, pretty much everyone on this call, thought he wasn't very good by the end of that, series. So, I'm sure they're going to trade him, but, he's still on that team. He's going to get some minutes. Our misogynist king, Tristan Thompson, is still on the team. And that dude sucks. And he will not get any minutes. And that is a big waste of a roster spot.
All right. Is that all?
Wow. Picking the Lakers in a debate with a Lakers fan.
Okay. Look, all right. I'm going to start with a fun fact. Tristan Thompson is making $10,000 to play on this team. $10,000.
You mean $10 million?
No. $10,000.
What do you mean? He has a veteran minimum. That would be a couple mil.
No, I looked it up. This year he's making $10,000.
He might be on a 10-day.
It's a weird
or whatever.
Deal. Something like that. But anyways, look, banking on them to be injured is crazy. Not crazy enough for it could happen. But I'm just saying, they just made the Western Conference Finals, and AD was playing at like half speed for each game. I mean, every other game. Like it was well known that he was only good on every other game, and he was cooking.
No,
And he
but that's what I was about to say though. It's just like, yeah, he had every other game that was good, but the games he was good, he was dropping 40.
he
Like,
dropped 40 on Jokic, like, and then I mean he got outboarded. I ain't gonna lie, but he dropped 40 on him though, and plus we made some nice signings. First of all, we kept Rui. Rui is built for the moment. That man was going right at Jokic all series. He said they got no defender, so he was attacking the paint. Duh.
I'm not
We kept
watching the same Rui.
we kept Reeves cheap deal. Why would we not? He's a bucket. He comes down the court. He's like a better Tyler Hero. Let's be honest. And you don't even get injured. Gabe Vincent, bro, this man is a bucket actually, and he can bring. And he's like a weird like two that can bring the ball up and I mean positionless basketball. But I'm saying though, and we kept Jared Vanderbilt. This man is literally a top 5, top 10 defender in the league. He can. He wait.
Moderator, can we get some?
dude, I'm trying to let you guys talk, but
he was literally defending Steph in the playoffs. Like they had him on Stephen Curry, and he was doing a good job. You can't really stop Steph. Look, and I mean, we have Jackson Hayes.
Going off that, you said you can't stop Steph. They have to play Golden State, the Kings, Phoenix, and the Clippers. Whatever. Maybe good, but they have a pretty tough division. They have to play those teams. I think 5 times each. So that's definitely a factor. And then I think it's what you play everyone in your division 5 times, and then everyone else twice in the league.
Twice.
I think it's twice.
So that stuff kind of does matter. I mean, that's a pretty tough division. 3 out of only way it could be worse is you have Denver or something. But
I mean, we swept the Grizzlies in our season series.
That's only 2 games, but
I'm just saying. That's why I'm saying that the Grizzlies are falling out. But the Lakers, I got them. Look, and D'Lo, he's just going to get better with time, too. It's not like you can't go lower than rock bottom. I mean, like.
No, you definitely can.
You 100% can. like people actually make the joke is that his name is deloading and he's still loading.
Yeah,
you're 6 in.
Deloading is tough. That is a tough nickname.
But he's still loading in year 7.
Of course, he's only like 20. What is he? 28.
I mean, as a Nets fan, I still love him. So
some players didn't even peak like Stephen Curry until like 26.
Do not compare D'Lo to Steph Curry. This is where
I'm just talking about trajectory.
This is where I have to draw the fucking line.
All right, let's be honest though. Most people peak at 27 and up, and then they stop around 31, 32. Like he's still on the up.
D'Lo is not that guy, bro.
As D'Lo enthusiast, being a Nets fan, he really upset me on the Timberwolves. I just think he didn't fully embody the playmaker method, and he can just get so cold. As a third scorer, it's just not good. When like the games he looks bad looks so ugly. Like it's like get him off the floor ugly.
Yeah, exactly.
The Lakers were playing Dennis Schroeder over him, like in the Western Conference Finals.
But they also
love Dennis Schroeder.
But then they're also paying D'Lo $30 million to be a backup in the playoffs.
He can run the pick and roll with anybody though.
That is fair. Like, he's a good passer.
Like when he comes off the pick, like he has that weird lefty. Like he can shoot the left, and like he shoots off the pick and roll, which can create for everybody else.
So you both make some really good points here. As the moderator, I like to participate in this debate as well. I think the easiest one was to say my pick would have been the Timberwolves actually. I think That's just like so easy. They were the 8 seed. They signed a third center to like a big money deal.
Them winning the play-in tournament was bigger than the Nuggets winning the championship. Didn't you hear?
We got to stop you right there.
No, that's what Pat Bev said. The Pat Bev. Hey, we are an anti-Pat Bev podcast. Pat Bev is senile. That guy is an idiot.
He might have CTE, honestly. Let's keep moving.
All right.
Yeah, but very good points here. Matt's saying the Grizzlies didn't make any good pickups, but then they pick up Marcus Smart, who I do think like as well as what he brings to the court, what he brings to that like veteran leadership is huge. Steven Adams,
a gun.
Yeah, Marcus Smart would not let Ja have any more firearms. Also, D Rose, another veteran. And like just in that 25-game absence, you picked up your starting and backup point guards right there, which I think are like very good NBA contributors. I think who's more likely to fall out? I don't know. The 25-game absence of Ja turns out to not be that big of a deal because the season prior, like last season and the season prior, they're like really good without Ja still. I don't know why. And it's not like Dylan Brooks. I really don't think you lose a defender, but then you gain Marcus Smart, who was a DPOY. So I don't know if you lose as much. Tyus Jones, his production could be made up with a combination of Marcus Smart and D Rose, and also just like maybe lean on Bane a little more. Maybe lean on like Jaren Jackson offensively. I think the Grizzlies are probably fine. To be honest, I think the Lakers are probably fine.
There has to be a loser in this.
But I think the Lakers have more odds of getting out. That's just my opinion. I just
get it.
I just think if you had to look at odds, even in Vegas, I haven't even checked this. I think that they're at least
25 games.
It is a lot. But he's missed more than 25 games in the last 2 seasons, and I think they have a very good record still.
Bron and Davis, let's say over under combined games they missed.
Now, also, here's this. If you missing not one, not both of them, but just one of them, this team could easily miss the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying.
If even one of them misses.
They have people now.
I don't know. It's a stars league.
Who else did you sign? Tarion Prince.
He's okay.
I don't think these are like.
He's okay.
I don't think these are people though. I know you like. You
win a record without LeBron or Davis, probably, or even one of them not being there.
It's interesting because I think. Oh, sorry. One last thing I want to say before we go on to the next one. I think the Lakers. With another year playing with each other can probably still be good. I think they're probably both going to stay in. I think the easiest answer was to say the Timberwolves, but I like the approach you both had. That's fun. And you both had very good points. But I do think that the Grizzlies, even with Ja's absence and the loss of Dylan Brooks, are better off than the Lakers just playing hopefully LeBron at age 40. Or however the fuck he is, can not fall.
I'm saying though, just guess how many points Tyus Jones averaged without Ja.
That's a good question.
My guess, 25.
16.
20 or 18. Wow. Well, 18.3, but 20 basically.
That's just not 20.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just saying 20 basically. All right, we can round it a little.
30 game, he might get 15 a game.
And he got multiple doubles throughout this whole thing.
Tyus was really involved. Good. It's a good point to bring up. I do think the additions of D Rose and Smart extending Bane, I think that's where you replace the production from Tyus Jones.
I don't see Marcus Smart dropping a 20 bomb.
He doesn't have to.
No, I'm saying like he could drop a 12 and D Rose drop an 8 off the bench.
Plus, they have Kennard, who can also do like another 10.
Mm-hmm.
Bane can go off.
It's not that black and white. Like it's not just be like, oh, this is exactly where the points are going to get made up from.
Yeah.
It's going to be a combination of things. But yeah, I don't know. You both made really good points. It was really hard to pick there. It was really hard to pick.
All right. We can move.
We'll look back on this later. If the Lakers finish above the Grizzlies, then Matt, you proved your point all along.
I had up here.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get to the East now, boys. Now, to recap for everyone here, the top 8 teams that made it into the playoffs were the Bucks, the Celtics, the Sixers, the Cavs, the Nets, the Knicks, the Hawks, and the Heat. Now, who's your answer? Matt started last one, so big tie. Who's falling out?
I'd like to give a special shout out to the Nets. I did not choose them, but that would have been the typical this section.
Why would that have been the typical answer?
Instead, I went with the Cavs.
The Summer League champs?
The Summer League champs.
Yeah, you were giving them props. All right.
Well, I have some bad arguments. I did make a lot of these points before they won the Summer League, but that's okay. Because Summer League means absolutely nothing, and they played a bunch of nobodies. And wasn't apparently on the team as his brother Isaiah, so whatever. But Donovan Mitchell, pretty good player, but he just is not that guy. He's definitely a number 2 player, number 1 for sure. Evan Mobley could be a 1, but he's more like a defensive one, which is not the same thing. Max Strus and Karis LeVert, they signed them in the offseason. Who gives a crap about them? I don't think they're going to really produce anything great.
Karis LeVert, Nets legend.
Very mediocre. That's another thing against them. They were former Nets. I think their timeline, they're just too young. I think it's going to probably take another couple years. The chances they're just going to be in the playoffs every year is pretty unlikely. And, if you look at it, like Pacers are probably going to be a lot better this year. Orlando could be better. They have with Paulo. The Nets, if they somehow get Dame, could be good. 76ers, Heat, Bucks, Celtics. I mean, they're all better. So there's only 8 spots, So that would be my opening statement.
Matt, rebuttal?
All right. I'm not going to lie. I'm actually not a Donovan Mitchell stan, but I know he actually still wants to try and compete for the playoffs and then lose in like the first and second round. So they're at least making this 1 through 8, right? Like they'll probably get to like the 4 or 5 seed. They were the 4th, I think he said, or maybe 5th. Like they're gonna do that. They can do that easy. But like they also, I'm not gonna lie, this actually helped me look at that team because that team is not bad. They got my top 5 center pick, Jared Allen, on the team. Well, that boy's nice. They have Karis LeVert.
Nets legends.
Nets legend. They signed Max Strus.
I think it's Strus, but I could be
Strus.
wrong.
All right, Strus. All right. And he was just in the finals. Like, he got some experience. He might be able to teach Donovan Mitchell how to make it past the second round.
Max Strus teaching Donovan Mitchell.
I'm just saying, though. I'm just saying.
I'm just repeating what you said. I didn't say anything else.
And everybody forgets about this guy, but they still got Darius Garland. Like, this team is kind of loaded with talent, to be honest. And then they just drafted who? The guy we've been talking about, Imani Bates. I mean,
in Summer League, but okay.
Well, he did well in the Summer League.
He did well though.
But that's some
like this team is kind of loaded. Like they got bigs, they got guards, they got Donovan Mitchell dropped 70 last season.
Yeah.
So
okay. I mean, these are good points. I think Ty made good points. I think Matt had a good rebuttal. But Matt, what's your answer here? Who's falling out of the East if it's not the Cavs?
Who's falling out? Bro, we already know. The Sixers. The Sixers are falling out.
What?
Look, we just talked about it. Harden's getting a trade. If they might not, they might just commit to a rebuild if Embiid wants to get traded. Like, if they lose them too, who do they have? They got Tobias Harris and his dad defending him on Twitter. I mean, who do they have? Like, I can't even think about anybody else they have.
Wait, just like overall in the Sixers?
Oh yeah, I forgot. They signed Pat Bev, the guy that's going to make a Philly run that's better than the next year championships. I mean, like, what? Who? This guy? They act like he's like they're going to sign him to a supermax. Did he ever get a supermax in his whole life? Like,
Pat Bev?
No, he didn't get.
Like,
but he did have like a couple, 80 for 4 kind of years.
80 for 4?
Yeah.
I think wasn't it the Lakers that gave him like the nicest contract, like not like last year?
Okay, look. All right, he didn't do that bad for us. All right.
Then what are you were just hating on him?
I'm just saying he's an auxiliary piece. He's not the piece.
And by the way, watching Pat Bev on the Lakers, I don't know if I saw a worse offensive player in the NBA in my life than Patrick Beverley for the Lakers.
No, there was one. Just to go on this tangent, there was one. Kendrick Nunn was the worst Laker I've ever seen in my life.
What a fall from grace from his Heat days. That's crazy.
And then
Isn't
he
is he a Wizard still? Kendrick Nunn? Kendrick Nunn? He
No, I think his contract ended last year or a year before.
Did he get signed anywhere?
Yeah, I want to say he was. I remember playing 2K and he was on the team, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I want to say it was maybe like Atlanta or something, but
he's a nobody either way.
Kendrick Nunn is on the Washington Wizards.
Nice.
I remember when everyone dude. Also, we traded.
That's gonna help us.
Traded Kendrick Nunn and maybe like a second-round pick to get Rui. Like, y'all kind of messed up with that. All right. Anyways, back on topic. The Sixers are falling off for sure.
All right. Well,
was that all the points? It's crazy. Let's see Ty's rebuttal here.
I disagree. I mean, Harden, I think he's gonna have to come back and play. He has to show. Doggo. He has to show.
Sorry. Keep going.
You're good. He has to show he's worth something if he wants to get traded anywhere, let alone the Clippers. So he's gonna have to come play a little bit. Maybe him and his man Daryl Morey, maybe they reconnect. A little bottle of wine, a little wine and dine. Maybe things are smoothed over enough. They play one more year together. It's all whatever. And then Harden's a true free agent, can go wherever he wants. But even if they do trade him, Morey's not going to trade him. We're going to, as the report said, we're going to be waiting months. So maybe, and he's going to have to play throughout that. He can't just sit out. He's not going to lose half that, $35 million he just opted into. So they're going to get something for him, and what that is, who really knows. But I don't think it's going to be that big a hindrance as some people think. Tyrese Maxey, he scored 20 points last season. That's who you're forgetting, Matt. That man can definitely step into a bigger role. 22 points, some more assists, some more rebounds. That's not that crazy. I mean, he's a 4th year, I think now, maybe on his 5th year contract. Either way, very young. He's reaching his peak time. Pat Beverley, I definitely agree he's a little washed, but I don't really necessarily hate it. You could throw him around and annoy some point guards. He's kind of like Schroeder on Steph Curry kind of situation, just runs around. And they also have Mac McClung, the dunking champion, bro. So, that at least has style points.
Okay, look. First of all, Harden doesn't care about money. He literally took a pay cut to sign.
No, He definitely cares about money because
He doesn't care about. He literally took a pay cut to sign.
No,
What's his name?
he 1,000% cares about money. And
No,
now,
he did that because he was supposed to get another deal, like it's like a wink situation, and that did not
He just
fruition.
posted something on Instagram too. He was saying that it's time to be uncomfortable. He's tired of being comfortable at the
Okay,
Sixers. It's time to move. He wants to leave.
as someone with Harden once on their team, Harden, shut the fuck up, you pussy.
He literally wants to leave.
No, so he's leaving for sure, and that's
And
like the
and
part of
if
the debate that's kind of hard. We don't know who's coming in return, which
yeah, I
someone
mean
is. He opted into
the
his
thing is,
contract with the idea of being traded, so someone relatively big is coming to the Sixers, and we don't even know yet. So it's a little tough to say.
ooh, he wants to go to
Someone,
the. He wants to go to the. All right, so what happens, Big Ty, when they get nothing for Harden and Embiid then
great.
requests a trade?
Embiid is not going to request a trade. You're just going off.
All right. For example, let's say they get who on the Clippers? Let's say they get Zubac. You
Why
think Embiid is going to ask for a trade?
they're not? They wouldn't do the trade for just Zubac, bro.
That's. But who else are they going to do if he only wants to go to the Clippers?
All right.
And we've seen Harden sit out before. Like
So
we
what
literally
are they
saw. We've
gonna say,
seen this story.
bro? You're just making up things right now.
No, we've seen him sit out
these
before.
debates. See, this is what we need to get in on ESPN with because Tyler's big argument for the Lakers where they're getting injured, and you're like, and this one is just like, when's Embiid requesting a trade? It's like, what are you talking about? It's like, it's
right.
not even any of this thing.
We've seen Harden show up to Fat Camp. All right, like when he was at the Rockets, boy was kind of thick. Like he had
Bro,
also
it was a bodysuit.
all right, could be a bodysuit. Who knows, honestly. But
All right. Let's do our
Okay.
finals.
Okay. So here's where it's at. I'm thinking this is a tough one because I think the half the equation is who's coming for Harden. That sounded horrible to say. But who's no who's who's coming in the trade? I don't know if that's better. But like who's coming in return? It's I can't make it better.
No.
But there were some signings that weren't talked about. They extended Paul Reed, signed Mo Bamba. DeAnthony Melton is big for them off the bench. Tobias Harris. Like I know some of these people might even be gone in the Harden trade, but I think Harden's going to be the main one of the load. So I don't know. They're pretty built to me. And although I really like the Cavaliers as well, like they had one of those situations where Jared Allen had the famous quote of the lights were too bright for us. So I also kind of see them like now having the playoff experience where they had such a good regular season and disappointed in the playoffs that they're gonna come with a much better approach. So it's really hard to say either of these teams falling out. To be honest, it's kind of the same as last one. Now to participate in this, I think the easy answer would have been the Atlanta Hawks falling out of the playoffs.
easy,
Not the fucking Nets. I don't care what any of you fucking say. Those guys will be there. Mark my fucking words. Will be a play-in team, maybe, but two play-in teams made the fucking Western Conference Finals and NBA Finals. So, who fucking knows with this new format, man. But I do think the Atlanta Hawks are just kind of in a really weird position. They signed 2 point guards that have yet to really play with each other, a third coach in 3 years. That's my answer. But I don't know. I think the Cavs after yeah, I know. I think the Cavs I just can't see a world where the 76ers don't make it. Like that's where I'm
oh
like
my gosh.
no, I just like so imagine Harden leaves. But someone is like coming back and like Tobias Harris being the third option has always been good. Tyrese Maxey, another year of improvement.
And if there's no Harden gunking it up for Maxey, he's going to get tons of plus Doc Rivers, dusty ass.
But here's what I do think though. I also think that like the Sixers are on their last few years of like anything happening for them. If it doesn't happen within this year or next year, it's done. While like the Cavs have a ton to build on. Darius is very fucking young. Donovan Mitchell is their main guy, super young. Evan Mobley, Jared
They
Allen.
got a squad.
And they're young. Like what's
Yeah.
what's good about them is that although they didn't perform last year, it can only get better. But for the sake of the argument, we're talking about only what could happen next season. I think in the long term, the Cavs are better off. But I think next season, I think the 76ers have a better odds of making the playoffs or
No.
staying in
Oh,
the
They're
Cavs.
literally trading they could possibly trade their best two players.
I don't know where you're getting this Embiid trade. I've not heard that besides you.
Yeah, what's the Twitter username of this source?
Yeah.
No one needs to know my sources, okay? I'm just saying.
But here I feel
They
bad.
have
I shouldn't let it
nobody
be
on
1-1. But damn.
they have nobody
better.
on the Sixers.
We got a rivalry.
Are
Because
we-
it's not giving one shit, bro.
Are we talking about Tyrese Maxey and Tobias Harris carrying a team?
You're not a Donovan Mitchell fan.
I'm just saying though, like Tyrese Maxey
We talked
and
about
Tobias
top 5.
Harris.
We talked about top 5 positions last week for each one. Donovan Mitchell didn't sniff any of your list, but do you know who did? Embiid. Do you know who else did? Harden. I don't know.
But Donovan Mitchell notoriously he just loves making the playoffs, but he doesn't like competing in the playoffs.
I saw Donovan Mitchell on the Utah Jazz beat Russell Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony, and Paul George by himself with him, Gobert, and Joe Ingles. Stop saying that shit about Donovan Mitchell. He's fucking tough.
Slandering his name, bro.
And what's funny is that you should be talking him up more to prove your point here.
I'm just saying, like, no, I'm talking him up mediocrely because he's mediocre.
I agree, which is why they are going to.
All right, listen.
No,
listen.
he's literally
Here.
He's gonna make the 4 or 5 seed.
I do want to see here. This is something I just want to see. Just for fun, I'm pulling up DraftKings. I want to see playoff odds. Stop. We're gonna do more debates, so don't worry about it. But
make sure you keep it tally.
I will.
It'll be like the horn.
Around the horn. I actually love Around the Horn.
This is crazy.
I'm sorry, Matt. I'm sorry.
This is crazy.
But you just shot for the fucking. You shot for the you picked 2 top 3 seeds to miss the playoffs. Now it might be hard for me.
I could have gone easy, but I wanted a challenge.
And I respect that. I really do.
Yeah, I respect you too. Good game, man.
This is crazy.
I'm sorry. I mean, bro, if maybe the comments. All right, here, look.
We're gonna come back this week. I'm gonna have like a pendant hanging in the background. 2-time champ.
I'm checking odds for these guys right now. Cavs. Oh my fucking god. The Cavs and Sixers have the same line for wins being 49.5. And the Cavs have a higher likelihood of making the playoffs. That's according.
Yeah.
No, it's or having a better record. So I'll say that. So
well, I mean that doesn't really say anything.
Minus 125 for the Sixers and it's minus 135 for the Cavs. So they have the Cavs having a better regular season, which is interesting. Lakers 48.5, and who did you say? The Grizzlies 45.5.
Yeah, but Vegas doesn't know what they're talking about, so we shouldn't
Yeah.
listen.
So
What?
according to this,
All right,
uh,
Tyler, are you overall up on sports gambling?
What do you
Huh?
what do you mean?
Have you won more money than you've lost in sports gambling?
Uh,
I'm up right now, but like barely.
yeah, I'm probably up by like 100. I don't really gamble enough to make any difference.
I'm
Yeah,
up at
that's
like
fair.
$42. And that's being. I looked at it today. I'm up
Yeah.
$42. I could lose that tomorrow. But I mean, the odds kind of go with Matt here. That's what's crazy. So like, this is all subjective. I'm just letting you know.
Except it's not because I won. But
Why do we even pick a winner? Isn't the winner the deciding factor at
don't shoot the
what's it called, the
messenger, man.
viewer?
There's no. Well, to be
there's
fair,
gotta be.
Around the Horn did have the moderator just randomly pick winners, and he was so biased in every one of his winners. It was crazy. So
And eventually, Matt, you're gonna be the moderator. I'll be the moderator.
that
So
is
there's.
true.
It's
Well,
all
I'm gonna be nonpartisan though.
okay.
Sure. I mean, bro, listen. Listen, I'm being completely honest. I felt that you made both very good points, very good arguments. I just felt like it's harder for me to see a 2 seed and a 3 seed be the ones that miss the playoffs, but I could be wrong. What I love about the NBA is that there's so much turnover sometimes. It could be whatever. The Nuggets were an 8 seed like a year ago. Of course, they didn't have Jamal Murray, but like so much turnaround. I mean, we'll see. All right, boys. I think that's it for today's episode. I appreciate y'all for taking the time
True
out.
that.
It was not as short as we thought it would be, actually, boys. We got
How
to
long
Yeah.
was this?
we got to an hour.
Well,
We
that's
got to
because
an hour.
That's what we needed.
No, honestly, I liked it. I liked it. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next Friday, boys. Peace.